Hallelujah. That's a big one off our plate. Yay. So I went down into the backyard, and it's a bunch of old corroded furniture that's just been wasting away down there. And I'm going to salvage stuff from it and make some things out of them. So it's one thing that I have looked forward to doing more is craftsmanship stuff, things that I learned from my grandfather, building furniture and home decor and things like that. An old weathered wood like this, it's going to be really nice to use. Just got to get it out of the rain. So I'm going to show you up close. The grain on this wood can be really nice. Once I clean this up and polish it up, I can make some nice things out of it. I made a piece yesterday. That I'll go ahead and show everybody, but cleaned up the wood, dried it out, and built a little shelf for the home theater that we're building in the game room. Anyway, I'll show you that stuff a little bit later. So down here, this is where I cleared out. You can see some of the remnant stuff down there. It was a bunch of really old deck furniture that was damaged, fallen apart, and just got thrown down here to become one with the forest floor again. But I've salvaged stuff that I think is usable. I might go back and get more of that wood too. But I'm looking forward to building really nice stuff with that. The piece that I built was out of rails from an old rotted chair to go ahead and mount our projector camera on for the home theater. And it's right up there. So let me give you a closer look at it. So as you can see, I used the panel wood from the old chair stuff, cut it to size, and those brackets I've had for years waiting for a good reason to use them. They were constructed, they're iron, and they're from the 60s. The wood is from the late 80s. And I'll get a shot of the top of it too. It's really pretty. Yeah, so it's a nice piece. It goes really well in this room. Michelle had suggested that perhaps such a pretty piece of wood shouldn't be up where no one would see it, up on the top of it. But I really like it. So here is the view of the room. We've cleared it, we've made it. That's all my equipment right there. The arcade is here, it's the game room, and that's the studio over there. But that is the projector space. And so we'll be able to sit here and watch movies, entertain, hang out with the family, enjoy arcades. But yeah, if you've been with us right along, it's pretty amazing we've gotten to this point. So grateful. So here's all the equipment that's going to be going into this project. I've got a Wii that I've personally modded with like 4,000 games on it and every system from the GameCube earlier. Got the projector, which we found here in the house, an Xbox 360, and an external hard drive for the ROMs that I've got. And then I've got an idea for this little cage thing as like a controller holder. And oh yeah, and Michelle picked this up since we're doing a home theater arcade type thing. It's open or closed. But anyway, so yep, up there's where the projector's at. All right, so we're beginning chopping away. This has been like this since the very first video that we did about de-hoarding the house. For those that have watched for a while, you'll notice this is where the trash staging was, and it still is. All this stuff over here is still trash, ready to go. Even though we've made a lot of progress on a lot of the house, we are nowhere, by any means, nowhere close to being done. So somebody joked around and said, well, it looks like you got plenty of content for the next year or two. I'd say that's accurate. So we'll haul trash out first. Well, we're making progress. Michelle works so hard sorting all this stuff. It's just crazy how much stuff can be packed in one house. And by the way, I think this is a good time to mention, we haven't touched the other 2 floors yet. We're still on the first floor. Oh well, it's a target-rich environment. I'm going to go ahead and shut the camera off. All right, third and final load to the dump today. And it's a lot. It's a lot of old like medical journal articles and just things from like 30, 40 years ago that are heavy, heavy, heavy. Making such good progress. I'll show you that room and how it looks for today when I get back from this final run so I can get there before it closes. All right. Amazing progress for today. I'm going to call it a day. We'll pick up on again tomorrow. I'm so tired I can't even get a proper sentence out my mouth. So one of the things realizing is that with this home theater, which is going to operate off of DVDs, we still have 2 whole boxes of old DVDs that I've had for a long time and just haven't used them. And I'm afraid we're going to have some place to keep a library of movies for our home theater. So I'm thinking that's what I'm going to build, something that can hold the equipment that I showed you, but also be able to be like a library for the DVDs and Xbox 360 video game discs that we still will be using. I also have a massive cassette collection that is my original cassette collection that I built up from when I was young as a teenager. And it'd be nice to be able to have that and have a place to keep the cassettes and be able to really immerse yourself in the 80s and 90s when you go into our entertainment room, our hangout. So that's what I'm going to try to design. I'm going to sketch out some ideas, get some measurements, and then go from there. See what we can do. Hello, kitty. What are you doing? You're just supervising, huh? Okay. All right, so a couple of designs. Don't go toward the light, Carolyn. Yep. You do plan to have dinosaurs on this? All right, so a little update. I went searching all around in the house, what we call shopping, and I found this neat piece of furniture. I cleaned it all up, shined it up. I've got all my cassettes out here. They are all my original collection going back into the 80s. And so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to mount those to the wall, just to the left of this, and then put my shelving for the DVD and video game disc library. It's so cool. We've got this tape deck hooked up to the PA that we've got in here that we use for events. And we were playing it last night. It sounded so good. And here's a look at the arcade now. I didn't need that DIY multicade in the corner anymore, since I've got the projector hooked up with all that other stuff. And it'll be up there. Pretty cool. I just realized some of you may have caught this little table. We don't know exactly where we're going to put this, but this is the old classic control spin hockey thing. Love this thing. But it is pretty big, so not exactly sure where we're going to be able to keep that. So a little update here. I'm going ahead and mounting, making sure I level and square all the cassette racks so that we can get them all up here. Anyway, it's going well. It's been a lifelong dream of mine to be able to have something like what we have in this room right now. And a lot of the pieces are things, if you've been watching the video series, are refurbished or things that have been boxes that I've stored for years and kept taking with me, moving from one place to the other, and just holding on to them in the hopes that someday I might be able to create a space that just brings a lot of joy and nostalgia for me and my friends, my family, and just being able to have a really great place to hang out, have fun, and create memories together, while also reliving some memories from my past, but not just focusing on nostalgia for nostalgia's sake, but also as a means of sharing things with other people. Thank you for everybody's support and encouragement. And I don't know how to express the kind of peace that I'm feeling about where we're at and how we're moving forward. We have a long way to go, and there's a lot of stressors of things that haven't come together yet, but we continue to have faith that it will. And in this one little corner of the house that used to be completely hoarded, was filled with animal things. We'll leave it at that, where there was a whole bunch of cats running loose and they were going everywhere, had to tear out everything, had to clean, sort, had to replace subflooring stuff. And there's still a lot of the house that's like that. And there's a lot of places that need structural repair. But at least in this one little part of the house, we get a glimpse of not only a place for peace, but we get a glimpse of what is possible if we can stay the course, like we decided to do 4 months ago, and just keep on going forward and sorting through all of the hoarded stuff and being creative and finding outlets for making money through selling items or restoring items or doing our markets, getting the radio station up and going.
there's a lot that's been going on, and I could not be happier. As a matter of fact, a couple nights ago, I said to somebody, I said, when I was having all those heart issues a couple months ago, I said, I think I actually died, because I think I'm in heaven now. It's a joyous place to be. And so thanks for being here along the journey. In the next episode, probably going to be focused on a lot of sorting through generational collections of dinnerware. So if you're into that or know someone that is, there's probably going to be a lot of that in the next episode, because the entire Bird Cafe and the kitchen are completely filled with 3 generations worth of dinnerware collections that Michelle has. And we're sorting through all that and deciding what we want to keep and what we're going to sell. So anyway, I'll show you a little clip of what I'm talking about on my way out. Please like and subscribe, share it with your friends. We appreciate you being here. See you next week.